that to me almost every time, even though I had it set up to start this way. Well, doesn't matter. Tonight I'm gonna try to probably make this a little quicker than normal, which I usually drag. I talk a lot, too much. People have told me. Okay. What? Come over here. See it way better. See? Okay, make a quick post about this live stream real quick. Okay, so hopefully everybody had a good 4th of July. A lot of people are having fireworks and stuff tonight. I almost didn't do this because we could have went and watched fireworks. We still could, actually. They don't have them until 11. But we saw one of, if not the best, fireworks show I've ever seen last night. It was they weren't the biggest fireworks I've ever seen, but they were up close, so it didn't really matter. And I think I might upload it to TikTok just because. But they set off 4 or 5. I'm going to guess 10-gallon, I don't know. Lots of gasoline. It had to be gasoline. Crazy. It actually burnt my beard. And we were probably standing, if I was to guess, at least 2 football fields away from it. So at least 200 yards away from it, 600 feet. And plus, it was down probably about 30 feet down the hill next to the river. I don't know. Anyways, I thought that was interesting. Happened during the grand finale part of it. Wow, I'm having all kinds of trouble figuring out what I'm supposed to be doing here. Here we go. Share. What's up, Joe? Chusik? Hello, hello. I don't know why. I just started thinking about who was it that passed away a couple months ago? It's been in the live stream chat for a very long time, and I cannot remember off the top of my head. Okay, create a post here. Come on, Smokey, you gotta get your head together. Select more photos. That'll work. Paste the link. I can't believe I didn't make a post yesterday. I didn't even think about it until right now. Which we were busy, I mean. That's probably why. Anyway, I should have airdropped that to this phone so I could have showed you guys what I was talking about. Anyway, we almost went to Columbus. I was like debating on trying to rush up there, but I didn't even. That was on Thursday. They did the red, white, and boom a day early. Really, it's kind of weird to have it on Thursday when the 4th of July was on Friday. I thought it was weird. Okay, I think I got the post done. Seeing all kinds of stuff. about flooding in Texas. I did see some videos last night about it. I hope everybody's all right out there. I mean, I know a few people that live in Texas. Art and Nina is one of them that I just come to mind. And I don't know. I almost pulled a ration. It might have been from them. No, I got that out of this box. I was looking at a chicken burrito bowl, which is what's on the menu tonight. It's chicken burrito bowl. But I ended up going ahead and grabbing one out of the new cases that I got just to continue the menu run through that we're doing. Doesn't feel like there's much in there, really. It feels pretty sparse. It's only about, I don't know, maybe 2.5 inches thick. It just doesn't feel like there's much in there. Tim, what's up? Yeah, I can't remember. Was he in Alaska? Doesn't seem like he was in Alaska. Maybe? I feel really bad now that I can't think of it. My aunt passed away last week. That's why I didn't end up... Well, that's one of the reasons. I didn't end up live streaming last week. Which... What would the date have been last Saturday? Been like right... Birthday was like Tuesday? No, it can't be right. I don't know. When was it? Let's see. No, my birthday was last Friday. Or Thursday. Today's the 5th. Saturday. Oh, and then you gotta take 6 days off of that. So yeah, it might have been on a Thursday. I don't know. Or Tuesday. I was thinking it was on like a Tuesday. It was on a Tuesday. Yeah. Oops. It was on a Tuesday. Probably shouldn't have this fan on high. It's probably really loud for you guys. That should be much better. Somebody outside's letting off fireworks. Anyways, I'm not going to piddle around too much on this. I'm going to get into it. Yeah, these other fireworks that we were contemplating on going tonight, they let them off. How close? Like really close to people. Less than a football field away. I'm gonna say probably about 200 feet where they let them off, where they establish a line that you can't pass, and then they end up going off like right over top of your head. And they're actually, the ones over there are pretty big. The ones yesterday, I would put on the smaller side than those, but they were very well choreographed, and it was really, if you can't tell, I was pretty well impressed by it. All right, so this is one of the better menus, in my personal opinion, in the new cases, which newer cases. This is a 22. So 22, 23, I do believe are, I don't know if there's any new menus in 23. Not sure. I know those aren't listed up yet either. I'd have to really do some research to figure that out. But this, hash browns, chili, what's the other one I'm trying to think of right now? Mexican style chicken stew's pretty good. I don't know. There's a handful of menus that are pretty decent, but everything else, like I've tried both. I think I've tried both the new menus that were in these, and I've tried like some classics like ravioli, which I typically really like, and I heated it up really good, and it was just this weird pasty. It was weird. And these are Warnicks. The Warnick manufacturer, that's who manufactured these particular ones that I have. If you don't know that much about MREs, there are 3 different manufacturers, or 3 different companies that have the manufacturing contracts. That is Warnick, which is one. This is out of Cincinnati. And you got Ameriqual, and you got Sopaco. Sopaco's out of... Are they still out of South Carolina? I'm sure they are. Mullins. North Carolina? South Carolina. One of the Carolinas. Where's Ameriqual out of? Is it in... Do I have anything? Hang on. That's an old Warnick. McAllen, Texas, the old food packet. Long range patrol. Do I have anything sitting around it? No. I can't remember. Can't remember where Ameriqual's out of. Anyway, they typically contain roughly about 1,300 calories, 1,300 calories. Some of them are substantially more. Some of them 15, almost 1,600. I don't think so. I don't think Ameriqual's out of Ohio. Warnick's out of Ohio, out of Cincinnati. Dang it. Hang on. I'm curious now. Let's just... Because it's right on the bag. It'll be right on the bag. All that information is listed. So I will just look up... Go to images. See if I can find something close up enough for me to read it. Maybe this. Oh man, an Amazon link. Took me directly to Amazon. Guys, if you don't know, I don't like Amazon. Well, those are Sopacos out of Mullins, South Carolina. I was right the first time. All right. Let's... Here we go. There's a case of 8-packs. This will tell me. Evansville, Indiana. I was correct on... Did I? Oh, no, I said Illinois. I think I said... I don't know. Check the tape. Roll it back. I can't remember what I said. It was something like that. What the... Huh. What is that doing in my... 6-pack of Pepsi. That's weird. Huh. Anyways, doesn't matter. So there you go. Evansville, Indiana. Mullins, South Carolina. And Cincinnati, Ohio. Warnick. Personal opinion here. I think Warnick does it better when it comes to the quality of the food, the seasonings, the style of cooking. Over the years, consistently, I feel like Warnick has been the most consistently higher quality across the board. That's not to say that sometimes you won't get one that's like, oh, this is not right, because it happens. Now, these are meant to be able to be eaten cold. I don't recommend that. You get congealed fats and stuff, especially with the mains, but most everything else, I mean, it just matters for the main, really, usually. Let's see what's in this thing. I don't actually have a clue what else is in this other than the main, so to not waste your time tonight, let's get right into it, see if the peelable seal works. Good grief. No, it's actually not going to... Here, let's just... Oh, I got it. Okay. Chicken burrito bowl. Feels like a thing of rice. It's nice and hard. It's almost... It feels just like a packet of rice. That's not usually what that feels like. Usually the chicken burrito bowl has got a lot more soupiness to it. That's not a good sign, in my opinion. What else do we have here? Recovery trail mix with pretzels. Those are going to be those pretzel balls, likely. What else we got here? Cheese spread, just regular, no jalapeno variety. And we have, hey, look at that. There's that powdered hot sauce. I will be trying that out to see what that's like. Usually I won't even open them because there's nothing in there that we don't need the moist towelette, we don't need the salt, we don't need the matches, we don't need the butt ration / napkin, paper towel, whatever you want to use it as. But I do want to check out that, new to me, powdered hot sauce, partially biodegradable MRE spoon. Lots of fireworks going off outside right now. I don't know where at, but somebody's letting them off. Here's your flameless ration heater. Actually, these do a pretty good job. These newer ones, they do a pretty good job at heating food up. A chocolate chip toaster pastry. Feels like it's in a bunch of pieces, and it feels like it's a single. I've not seen this before. Yep, one pastry. Look at that. 190 calories in one pastry. That sucks. Couldn't even spring for the 2-pack. Man, they're really getting stingy with these things. Lemon lime beverage base, or beverage powder. Carbohydrate electrolyte beverage powder. Lemon and lime. Actually like the lemon and lime. Pretty big fan of it. There is your chicken burrito bowl specific ingredients and nutritional information. 41% of your daily value on your sodium, 900. It's actually not bad compared to a lot of the other ones. I mean, that's not good at all, but not bad. 5 grams of fat's pretty low. You know, you'd like to see this stuff higher, to be honest. I'd much rather see more fat and useful. Pretty high on protein, 21 grams. Not real high, but high enough. And we have some whole grain tortillas. Man, whole grain, really? Well, that sucks. And that's it. Everything out of the bag. Not a huge fan of the whole grain tortillas, to be honest. I prefer tortillas plain. Or plain tortillas, whatever. The vernacular that the military use, I think it says tortillas plain. Right? Isn't that what it says? Obviously, this says tortillas whole grain, so that says tortillas plain would make sense. Okay, let me go get this boiling really quick, and I will be right back. Had some really good food yesterday, too. At the 4th of July. It's a place we've eaten a bunch of times. We've had the exact same food a bunch of times, but yesterday it was actually really good. And they were getting ready to close in like 50 minutes whenever we got there, something like that. All right, let me get a tray. And get rid of all the stuff we don't need. Man, there's a lot of fireworks going off right now. And you know what's so, like, I don't know how to say this, but it does not feel right here. Every 4th of July, one of us has to stay home. And, well, 4th of July, whatever day they let fireworks off, like right now, and babysit Stella, because she absolutely was terrified or did not like fireworks. She would freak out and flip out. What in the world? Stuff all under my screen protector. Let's go out here and see if we can see anything. Probably not. It's worth looking though. Go ahead, Garfield. You can go in. Go, dude. I hear a bunch of them down. Let's see if we can see anything. Probably not. Looks like I can see smoke right there. It sounds like about where they're coming from, but nope, you can't see nothing. Does the YouTube camera pick up stars? It does. Very good. Oh, they're right behind that tree. Here, let's go out back. We'll be able to see them perfectly out back. I assume this is when a lot of people are having their fireworks, since it's a weekend of the 4th of July. But man, they were spread out this year. All different. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at this. Got a great view. Do some zooming. Oh well, that one went off behind a tree, but had a great view. It gets a little bit darker. You come out here and I guarantee you I could show you guys some UFOs. I've seen so many UFOs over the past, I don't know, week. It's been unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh yeah. Too bad they're just a little low. I wonder where those are going off at. I think that's I don't know where that's at actually. It's not Racine. I don't know. Are any of you guys out right now watching the fireworks? Yeah, it sucks. They're going to go off too low. Looks like. Yeah. There at first they were hitting pretty high. That's pretty good. Let me get that light out of the camera. Without a tripod, it's really hard to hold the camera still. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. Yeah. Those are going off in a good place for us to see them. There's got to be a town's fireworks. There's no way that's just a person's. I don't know. I've never seen fireworks going off right here though. This is a first, unless I've just never been home for them or something. Usually Stella would be freaking out right now. God, I miss her. Miss her so much. Well, I think that's it. Well, it's not it. They're going to let more off. It's just... Let me do an ultimate zoom here. Let's see how far I can get in. That's it. That's maxed out. Sorry about the shakiness there. Just with that zoom, you can see every little tiny movement. Wow, we were really zoomed in there. Holy cow. Yeah. Okay. All right, that's good enough. I don't think anybody wants to see this. Likely not. And it is the 4th of July-ish, the day after. It's time to get the chicken burrito bowl out of the boiling water too. Miss all your dogs from the last 40 plus years. So the only dog that we've ever had, well, I'll take that back. The only dog that we've lost, as far as like passed away, because I had a full-blooded beagle that got stolen. Actually, I take that back. So I had Daisy. She was a full-blooded boxer that had a really bad cleft palate and had a bunch of issues where they didn't even think she would survive as a puppy. And then I had Cecil when he was a full-blooded beagle, but he got stolen. And then we got Sebastian, which was now 18 years ago. Yeah, 18 years ago. Wow. In 2007. And then we got Stella. And that's it. So I've had three dogs pass away. Daisy, which was my first dog, my boxer, loved her to death. And then Cecil got stolen, and then Sebastian passed away a couple years ago. Around this time of year, passed away in July. And then, of course, we just lost Stella. Absolutely senselessly. I mean, it just, I think, could have been prevented. I think the vet really done us wrong, done her wrong, and ultimately is the reason she's not with us anymore. Anyways, let me go get that out of the boiling water before it tastes like a bunch of metal. Watch out, Garfield. Watch out, dude. Cats are so inconsiderate of us, their owners, their people, whatever. My tripod is all messed up. There we go. I think that's pretty close. Yeah, it looks all right. All right, let's get the tray here and get this stuff opened up. All right. All right. And there is something on the tray. Did I not wash the tray last time? I just wipe it off for some reason because there really wasn't anything on it. That's what it's looking like, except there was something on it. Amber, you can see fireworks really good off the back porch. Well, not really good, but pretty good. I said really good. It's really good for at the house. Sitting at the house. We don't usually get to see fireworks at the house. Boy, this is a pretty sparse meal, I must say. Wow. Pretty light on everything. Let's check out this toaster pastry. It's chocolate chip. All right. Okay, that looks all right, I guess. Not too awful bad. Excuse me. A little bit stuffed up, not too awful bad. Yep, those little round pretzels, some peanuts, and some almonds, it looks like. Oh, and some cashews. I see a cashew in there. Or two. Or three. 3 pieces of cashews. I don't know. Let's just look. Does it say on it? It doesn't say. Pretzels. Almonds, peanuts, cashews, and that's it. 170 milligrams of sodium, 30 milligrams of carbohydrates, 10 milligrams or 10 grams of protein. Not bad. Not bad. Wow, that's a lot of pretzels. A lot of pretzels. A lot more than I thought there was going to be. That's like mostly pretzels. I thought that was a cashew. It is not. It's a peanut. I want a cashew. I want 2 of them. Not very salty at all. "102nd day, 2022. I did not heat these up, so they'll likely break apart on me. Whole grain. Don't split on me. Okay, they might not break. As Gundog says, the smaller the hole, the more control. I did see that G. Schultz also uploaded a video. If you guys want to check that out, I don't know what it is. I haven't got to look at it yet. But that was just today, I think. Alright, I'm only taking this out. Everything else, again, we don't need it. We don't need any of the other stuff that's in here. Alright, let's take a look at this powdered hot sauce. How long do you think this is going to last, guys? I'll bet you it doesn't last very long. We've seen a lot of stuff like this come and go over the years. The dehydrated and powdered ketchup's one of the first ones that I can remember. So I assume that this is dehydrated hot sauce. Does it say? It does not. It just says powdered hot sauce. So I guess this is kind of like the ketchup from back in the 80s. the first generation. Ingredients: paprika, red pepper, salt, sodium diacetate, hot sauce powder, aged cayenne red peppers, vinegar, salt, and garlic, and maltodextrin. Maltodextrin spice, extractive and extractives of paprika. There you go. The 75th day of 2022 this was made. So I think that this is the first year for the powdered hot sauce, 2022, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be. Oh, dang it. Hang on, I forgot my cup. I need a cup. Arfield, quick! Running out in front of my feet. See the fireworks, Amber? Going off like, where are they going off at? No. We can't see Masons. What we're seeing up there, it's got to be like Syracuse or something. Which, that's straight across the river, though. Oh, this cup's just a little water spotty still. I do not like having a dirty cup. Don't like having a fingerprint cup either. That's a Country Boy Brewing. Picked up a bunch of these like beer mugs at what's the name of that crazy grocery store in Cincinnati? I always want to say Alligator Jack's, but I know that ain't right. Has it got something to do with alligators? Grand finale's going off right now. Should have waited to walk out there until about now. Caught the grand finale. I guess we still could. Ain't no reason why not. Unless we just missed it. Which we very well could have. Or should I say we likely did. Oh no, they're still going off. Yeah, there we go. Really makes me wonder if this is going to stir up any activity in my night sky. You guys wouldn't believe some of the videos that I've got. I'm telling you, I need to upload them. I really do. I should just upload them. I've got 3 years worth. I can hear fireworks going off further away. Huh. Well, what's up, Storm Tracker? Has anybody seen Greg? Investory. Need to check on that dude. I meant to check on him last week, and I've been all kinds of sidetracked. Somebody's singing. What's that song? West Virginia. The part with the West Virginia part. Mountain Mama, take me home. Country Roads. That's it. I guess we caught the grand finale, but that didn't look like a grand finale. Hey, it is what it is. Yep, it's done. Unless they're taking one heck of a break before they do. They do. If they do, they do. It is what it is. I'm ready to eat anyway. I was going to try to make this one a quick one tonight. We still could catch the other fireworks, but I'm not going to do that. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. There we go. There we go. All right. Add some water. 12 ounces. 12 ounces, right? What do I do with the bag? I'm sure it's 12 ounces. There we go. Or, yeah, 12 ounces, half canteen cup. That's what I thought. You never know, though. Sometimes they're different. This looks like it's got a lot less powder. Not that much powder. I want to try the powder on its own. I really like the lime part of that. It's got a really nice, refreshing, palate cleansing aspect to it. It's got real sugar, which is nice. I don't like the fake sweeteners. That know me know that. This is probably, I would say, like 9 ounces will be. Whoa, hey. Whoops. What the heck? I don't know how that happened. Glad I didn't knock that water over, though. Alright. There was something else I was going to say about this, but I don't remember. That's probably... Make sure it's regular water. Probably like 3 or 4 ounces. And there, I'm going low with this one because this cup full, like up to about right there where my thumb is 12 ounces. So I'm going to say that's probably between 8 and 9 ounces. And that should make for a pretty decent drink. We just have a lot less of a drink. Basically 1 cup is what we end up with. Alright, I don't have any MRE spoons in here open. Okay. Grab a few. There we go. Get our bowl. And I managed to make a mess somehow. Or another. toaster pastry, maybe? Crumbs. Definitely drippage off the spoon. Alright. Get this main. It should be scalding hot still. It's pretty clean. Clean enough. This still last time I had a Cheeto bowl, it was more of a soup than anything else. It had rice in it, obviously, but not like mainly rice. Okay. Yeah, that's looking like a pack of rice almost. Beans. Not seeing the chicken yet. Yeah, coming out in mainly one chunk. There's a lot of it left in this pack that I'm not getting out either. As long as it ain't chicken in here, I don't care. Care to leave some rice behind. Can already tell. Real sticky. Might be chicken in there. That should be delicious too. But I won't do that until he's here. And I'll make sure I get with him this week. And we'll probably do that next week. And then I got to make plans for Dan's ration that he sent. A civilian, Australian style. It's good enough. Good enough. Ration. The wet kind. Not freeze-dried or anything, but the wet kind. Clean the knife, because it is gross. Yeah, it's not clean. It's still not clean. Excuse me. Well, chicken burrito bowl. Looking rather different than the last time I had it. There is a decent chunk of chicken right there. But I'm not seeing very much chicken. Some beans. A little bit of corn. Mostly rice. There's another piece of chicken. There's another little piece of chicken. Alright. I'm just going to try it on its own there. You got beans, you got corn, you got the chicken, you got the rice. And all your added spices. Alright. Here we go. Down the hatch. Really hot. Oh, this is hell rice. Oh. First thoughts are very similar to what my first thoughts with the ravioli were. It's pasty. It's almost like it's overcooked or something. Same with the ravioli. Like it was overcooked. This definitely needs some sauce, like some liquid to it. It doesn't have to be runny, but it needs to be more moist than what it is. Oh, yeah, powdered hot sauce coming right up. Yep. Let me, one more bite. I'll throw some on a burrito, and then we'll do some powdered hot sauce. I'm putting the chicken on here. Oops. All right, that should be enough. It'll probably squish out to the ends. Hopefully that's enough chicken to taste like chicken. Probably not. I got one big piece of chicken left. I'm going to spread it out through the rest of this. Alright. I'm not going to do the classic roll-up. I'm just going to do the half fold. Because I think that'll give me more control to like pinch the end off right here like a boat. Alright, here we go. Chicken burrito bowl on the tortilla. Yeah. Multigrain, right? That's definitely an improvement. It definitely ain't Chipotle. That's true. But have you when was the last time you were at Chipotle? Because I went recently and I couldn't have been more disappointed in the food that I got. And then a couple weeks after I went, which it's far away for me to go to one, I went in Columbus. The closest one is Athens to me. Anyway, you should see just look up Chipotle right now on TikTok or really anywhere and see what's going on with Chipotle right now. It is not good. Not good. All right, a little bit of cheese spread. Give that a bite. Cheese spread's so overpowering. What is it? Dirty a whole employees. I think you mistyped that probably. We'll see if the cheese spread helps it. I doubt it does. I will say, though, this is actually pretty good. The tortilla really brought it together. It's nowhere near as pasty with the added texture from the tortilla. It really balances it out. Whereas, like, there was no fixing that ravioli. The cheese spread is just so rich and so overpowering flavor-wise. If you like cheese spread, then go to town. I mean, it'll completely take over the flavors. But like me, not a huge fan of the cheese spread myself. I mean, the jalapeno cheese spread's pretty decent, but the chicken burrito bowl spices on their own are pretty daggone good. It's quite well seasoned, and it's really nicely balanced with its seasonings and flavor. I think the main thing that you pick up on in here is like tomato. It gives it kind of a little bit of a, I don't know, like a tomato sourness and almost sweetness. And then you got the onion and the garlic and the paprika. It really is a nice blend of seasoning, to be honest. And then it's got a little bit of like chili and lime and something like that going on. All right, I want to open this to where I can be very selective with it. Just like Gundog says, the smaller the hole, the more control. Now, I don't know if this stuff's going to be like super powdery or what it's going to be like. All right, well, open that up. Oh, not what I expected. All right, I got to try that. Salty. Paprika is the first ingredient. Whoo! Wow, that's hot. That is not immediately hot. And it's not like super hot on my tongue. It's more hot in my chest, in my throat. That's probably plenty. That's it seems like a little bit's going to go a long ways here. The vinegar I'm not really picking up on a whole lot, but it's there. It's not like predominant in no more than what I tried. The heat, there is a stinging on my tongue, but it's nothing unbearable. But the heat in my chest is it's pretty predominant, I must say. All right, powdered hot sauce on the chicken burrito bowl, and you can definitely see it in there. All right, we'll give it a try. Cleared my sinuses right up. I'm sweating. It does add a nice additional flavor to the chicken burrito bowl. The tortillas themselves have a really, when contrasted with the hot sauce, they have quite a sweet addition to the flavor. But the mix of chicken along with the other ingredients is really nicely balanced, but I used most of the chicken. It's really good. Now you want Chipotle. You definitely should look up Chipotle and see what I'm talking about, because you might not after you watch some of the current videos out about Chipotle. I'll talk about it after I eat, because it's like gross. I might have to make a little bit bigger hole, because I'm going to get crazy with it here. But this, a little bit of this does go a long way. All right, I'm going to open it up a little bit. Not too much. Oh, that's too much. Dang it. Careful. Nope, I had it right the first time. Holy whoops. That's what I was afraid of happening. Yeah. You can see like the seeds in there. Chili seeds, I guess. I don't know. Again, I'm sweating. Sweating pretty bad, actually. It's nice to be able to eat something with some heat that I can actually tolerate and handle. And this would be quite hot to most people that aren't like avid spice eaters or spicy food eaters. Yeah, that was too much. Took over the flavor. That's all I can taste. And man, is it hot. I gotta say, that's pretty good stuff. I'm a fan. I think a little cheese spread might cool me down a little bit. Even though I don't really like cheese spread, I need I need something. The fat in that dairy, I don't know. I don't know if the cheese spread's gonna help. Look how bad I'm sweating. All right, I'm going to fold this over, and I'm going to save this for other rations. And I'd say that's what guys do, is wiping off one side of my face. Yeah, it's definitely making me sweat. Ain't no doubt about that. Good lordy. Woo. Hey, Smoke, I wonder why they got rid of the bottles of Tabasco. They brought them back. And what was I can't remember what the last ration I got one in. But they did bring them back. Enough people complained and said, I want... But they're only in a few menus. Along with this is only in, I think, 2 or 3 menus. What was the last new bottle of hot sauce that I got? What menu was that? I think I lost the bottle too. I dropped it somewhere or something. Ended up eating this one instead. This one's way darker than a new one. What did I do with that new bottle? Daggone it. Huh. But yeah, they took it away, and enough soldiers complained and got it back. All right, I need this right now, probably more than I've needed to drink in a while. Oh, it's very cooling and refreshing. It's really nice, I would say decent balance between the lemon and the lime. Although I think the lime is more pronounced. But the lemon is definitely, it's almost 50-50, I would say. My palate looks for the lime more, I think, because I like the lime more than the lemon. All right. Pretzel pieces. Here's the best looking pretzel piece. I mean, it's a pretzel. Nothing special. That's a good looking peanut. Good looking cashew. Almond. And a couple pretzels. So that's the full mix of everything that's in here. So we got, 4 ingredients? We got cashews, peanuts, almonds, and pretzels. Is that everything that's in here? I think so. This is what they consider to be a recovery trail mix. Getting sweat in my eyes. All right, well, be honest, this burnt my palate out pretty good, so I can't hardly taste anything. But we'll give it a shot. It kind of all just tastes like a pretzel, to be honest. Can't really pick out anything other than the pretzel flavor. All right, one more palate cleanse after that. On to dessert. Our chocolate chip toaster pastry that is just like barely hanging on to its shape. I don't know how it still looks like a toaster pastry, really, because it's like it's broken in gazillion different places. All right, well, there you go. You got just a chocolate filling on there, and I assume this is like somewhat cookie flavored on the pastry. I don't know. I don't really eat these, but give it a try. If you've ever had one, you know that all Pop-Tarts have this, I don't know, unique kind of texture and flavor across the board. Now, obviously, this isn't bad. It's got like that hot fudge, I think the same as the hot fudge filling. It does kind of taste like a chocolate chip cookie, to be honest. How many times am I going to say to be honest? Talking with my mouth full. I said, to be honest, for like the third or fourth time. I've got to stop that. It's annoying me. So it's got to be annoying everybody else. I do try to pay attention to my speech patterns. And if I say something, if I repeat myself. It's not overly sweet. It's obviously quite sweet when you compare it to, say, an international snack mix or something like a snack of some sort, even something similar to this. This is going to be probably a lot sweeter. I want to try just that, if I can. That stuff that's on the top right there. It's a hard chocolate icing. It's quite hard. Not very chocolatey. The filling's pretty good, though. And somehow it does taste kind of like a cookie. So the pastry itself must be kind of cookie flavored. I like that more than I thought I would. I don't like chocolate chip cookies. I've never been a fan of chocolate chip cookies. I mean, I'll eat one here and there if they're available and someone offers it, or something like that. I probably won't eat a crunchy one, even if if I'm trying not to be rude, I'll probably take it or whatever. but I don't like chocolate chip cookies most of the time. The soft ones are okay. They're, I don't know, edible, especially if they're warm. What's that makes me wonder? I wonder what this would be like warm, like thrown in the microwave. Or I think the microwave is a horrible place to put your food. I've always thought this. Something that radiates your food and then we eat it. That can't be good, right? All right, I'm done. I'm not disappointed. It's a pretty good meal. Not a bad snack. I wish there was less pretzels and more cashews or something like that going on with this. Kind of wish they'd have gave me cheese spread with jalapenos to go with this. I feel like that's a missed opportunity, but with the added powdered hot sauce, this makes up for it. And it turned out, this is really good stuff. I do like it. I really didn't know or think that I would like it all that well. I do. And I don't know where you would acquire some of this stuff. Made by Trans Packers Service Corporation out of Piscataway, New Jersey. So, good luck finding this outside of an MRE. Maybe it's out there. I don't know. I don't think it is, but maybe, just maybe, we can find the exact powdered hot sauce somewhere. But I do like it. I really do. But overall, this is a good meal. For me personally. Somebody else might really not like it, but I like it. I like the burrito bowl. It makes for a nice burrito. I guess that's what you'd call that, or taco, or whatever. It makes for a pretty nice wrap. This is lackluster when it comes to a dessert, but it works. It satisfies the sweet tooth. I just wish there was a little more of it. So I kind of wish it was the 2-pack. But overall, good meal. Good meal, pretty well balanced all the way through. It feels like a complete meal, which a lot of the new MREs, the newer stuff, doesn't feel like a meal. This, on the other hand, really does. All right, let me find a smoke real quick. Where to look? Where to look? Delicious sent so many in 2 different boxes that I think that's where we're going to go here. He's got the... Okay. I'm just going with these because they're already open and I don't want to open one of the other ones right now. As far as vintage stuff, I mean, I've got some vintage Camels, some couple Marlboros I got access to right now. I don't know. There's a few things that I can get to. A lot of my stuff, I tried digging out some of my older stuff today. That I've got an idea where some of this stuff's at, but I can't get to it. I've got to get my studio done and my apartment done. Going with a classic Polish Camel. What's up, tacos? Rusty Surplus, what's up? Who else is in the Chizat? right now. I don't understand why regular camels are so much different in Poland versus here. The quality is, there's no comparison. Really, they don't taste anything at all alike. And this is supposed to just be a classic, regular camel. Full flavored. It tastes like, well, first of all, it's really smooth. It's got a really robust and balanced flavor to it. It doesn't have any bitterness. It doesn't have any harshness to it. It doesn't taste overly dry. I don't really have any critiques as far as this goes. Now, it may be different if I was trying to smoke an entire pack of them. You know, then things get different depending on what they are, but I don't think I'd have any issues with these. They really don't have that weird camel flavor that the United States camels have, which is urea that they spray on the tobacco. That's the main thing that I noticed that's lacking from the Polish camel. That and the quality. The quality is really, I don't know, double probably what the American versions are. You would think with an American, a classic, iconic, top tier brand like that, that we would have the good tobacco here. But something's going on with our soil and our air. I mean, that's quite evident to anybody who's paying attention. I had a butterfly come in my house today. I saved it. Caught it with a cup with a lid, because if you touch their wings, like as far as I know, they can't fly after that. So I was able to get it in the cup, and it was freaking out. It was a smaller butterfly, but it was like very active. As soon as I opened the door, it like got sucked in with the air. I felt really bad, and I was like, oh no. Butterflies are disappearing, and here's one in my house. Something's going to happen to it. But I was able to get it outside without any incident and didn't get hurt. I saw a grasshopper the other day. One. I was looking for them. I was actually looking for grasshoppers. I went up to the restaurant that I got, and I was trimming the bushes and stuff. Got myself a nice blister on my hand right there. That's a good one. Well, it was a lot worse. Anyway, I was paying attention, trimming all around the building. There was, high weeds around it because the guy was paying to cut my grass up there. Didn't cut my grass, which was awesome. But anyway, I found a grasshopper, and it was about that big. Tiny little thing. You still got some grasshoppers in Idaho? They've disappeared here. Grasshoppers have disappeared here. Lightning bugs this year are probably 1/10 of what they were 2 years ago. And butterflies. Butterflies are rare. Rare. There's flowers pollinating, flowers, tree flowers, all that stuff, all around my house that butterflies love. And I've seen, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 butterflies. One of them wasn't even here, so I've only seen 1 or 2 here. The one today, I don't even know if I've seen another one here. Seen one somewhere else the other day. I can't remember where I was at. But I guess my point is the environment is inhospitable for grasshoppers to live here, obviously. The crickets are probably a tenth or less of what they used to be a couple years ago, a few years ago. Something has happened. We've had these monumental shifts in I call them like contamination starts or events, depending on how stretched out it is and how continuous it is. But this has been continuous, so it was a start. And I think they started doing something at the beginning of COVID. I don't know what they done, but there's been stuff going on a lot longer than that. They've been spraying crap chemical trails for at least 22-ish years, 22-ish years. I do believe, I can't nail it down exactly, but I do somewhat remember a time after 9/11 when I started seeing the trails hang in the sky all day. Sometimes long, just being up there literally all day. Literally all day. You'll see the plane make the trail, and then it'll just stay there. Condensation trails don't do that. We've had this discussion. But something coming out of there has to have something to do with it. The aluminum that's been being found all over the soil everywhere, it's all inside of us. The microplastics, all that. We are moving away from the things that kept us healthy. Local farmers is a big one, but now all the soil, all the seeds, like even the stuff that the local farmers are growing is so genetically modified and weird and virtually inedible. What are we gonna do? We gotta get back to the old ways. Like seriously, I know that sounds silly to kind of go back to how things were when there was less technology, but I think that's the only way we're going to be able to start getting more healthy. Our food supply is bad, very bad. I know most people can't hardly eat anything without feeling bad afterwards. Wait, who's what now? Has anybody seen Investory lately? Margaret Risley, hello. Oh, I didn't even think about putting. I don't know. Hot sauce on the pretzels. I'd have to lick the pretzels probably to make it stick to them. But yeah, I mean, I could see somebody liking that. I don't think I'd like it too well. But what's up, Jason? So hopefully everybody had a good 4th of July yesterday, and maybe even today doing the celebration today, because it kind of made sense to have it Friday and Saturday, since the 4th was on a Friday. Just doing the usual, huh? He might be on vacation. I hope he's not home. I mean, he's all about staying, which I get, but no, I don't get. But I believe if I was him, I'd move. A sizzle steak, beef chunks with peppers, blended honey. That sounds like a stir fry. Sizzle steak. I'm assuming like a stir fry. Are you talking like steakums, or what are you talking about? Like the steak strips. Amber was showing me a little bit ago, these ladies in Columbus up there are making deep fried deviled eggs. And she showed them to me. And it was kind of like what I figured it was, what I said I thought it would have to be. But I didn't know that they'd be battering. They're battering the egg white, the boiled egg white, deep frying that, and then putting this yolk sauce on top of it. So, I mean, I can see it being decent. I like deviled eggs. I would try it. But we went to the Ohio State Fair last year. Last year? Yeah, not this year's, but last year's Ohio State Fair. And they got this like round building, and I assume it's in the middle of the grounds, the fairgrounds. And one of the booths in there was all deviled eggs. Like that was its whole focus. That was all it done. Like I got a blackberry one. I think I even put it on the channel. I got a blackberry one, blackberry and honey. A bacon one. I don't know. I got like 5 or 6 different ones, I think. And they were all right, but it's hard to beat the classic deviled egg. I'm a deviled egg fan. I like a good classic deviled egg. Wow, 47 have. That's the count right now that have passed away from the floods, and there's a lot still unaccounted for. I saw a TikTok video of a lady, a woman. She was walking around in her house. Power was still on, which to me, like when there's water, first thing I'm probably going to do if I'm in a situation like that is kill the power. I'm going to go and disconnect the power to the house because, like, you're just asking to get shocked. Water coming up above your outlets and stuff, which it was in this house, but the lights were still on. So I don't know. Anyways, she had a dad. I think this video went pretty viral. Her dad, she said, was in hospice care, but was in her house. Anyway, it was her dad, and it looked like she had some kids that were setting up on top of the couch. Maybe the water hadn't made it to the outlets then. It had to be close, though, because it was almost ready to come up over the cushions on the couch in her house. She said it was starting to smell like sewer in there, and she walked over to the door and showed outside, and there was like a flowing river in her, like everywhere she could see outside. Her vehicles had been washed away. There was no way for her to get anywhere. I guess she did get rescued about 20-30 minutes after that, though, her and her family. Chantel, is that what she's, is it Chantal? Near South Carolina, making landfall late tonight. Whoa, so there is is it a tropical storm? What is it? Is it a hurricane? Coming in South Carolina, huh? What do I do with it? Let's say I could look it up. Yeah, I've caught a little bit of the stuff, of the flooding and stuff going on in Texas. It's just kind of popped up in my feed. Let's see. Last week I didn't live stream because of my aunt passing away, which was on Wednesday. No, it was on Thursday. Wait, might have been Wednesday. Probably. Anyway. Trying to think what's happened in between then and now. That, obviously, that spending bill passed. Yeah. I need to read it all. Not that it matters if I read it or not. It's just to be informed myself of a little bit more about what is going on with it. I know there are definitely some things that I don't like about it. There are some things that are probably decent about it. But, I get the give and take. And they say when it comes to negotiation, if one party walks away happy, then the other party got screwed. If you both walk away feeling like you left something on the table, like you're not exactly as happy as you could be, then it was probably about as fair of a deal as it could be. And it kind of seems like that's where this thing is at. But to me, a big but, which negates everything I just said, I don't, the one side, some of the things that they are championing is just, yeah. You got to wonder, with AI making the wild advancements that it is, robots with AI being part of their makeup. I heard yesterday about some robots. I do believe they were AI robots, if I'm not mistaken, that got loose, escaped, and it took quite a while to get them back, from what I understand. They basically had to shut them down and wipe their memories, which they weren't allowing them to shut them down remotely. So, look, that's super early. Like, what are we doing? My question is, what are we doing? What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Are the trade-offs and the payoffs and the upsides good enough to risk the huge possibility of the huge downside that we could have to this? Back when Elon was giving his warnings to everybody a few years ago, what was it, 3, 4, 5 years ago now, talking about AI and how even at that point that we had gone too far and we couldn't stop it, but it was his biggest fear. He knew a lot more than we did. Like, he understood and knew a whole lot more because he was involved with it and had seen a lot of things happening that we're just now kind of seeing these weird experiments and how things are playing out. I mean, is it to the point to where life is imitating art? I always thought art imitated life, but now is life imitating art? Are we going to end up with the Skynet? Are we going to end up in a scenario like the Terminator, like the wars between humans and robots? Is that where we're headed? Are we headed towards an iRobot situation? That seems pretty accurate. Going back and watching that movie, which I've done recently, it was on television, so I didn't seek it out, but it just happened to come on, so I watched it. And they got a lot, possibly right, back when they made iRobot. Almost like they knew what the future was going to be like. Because that movie's old. It's like 2005 or something? 2004 probably? I don't know. Is it even older than that? When did the movie iRobot come out? 04. July 15th, 2004. 21 years ago. Man, oh man. I don't know. When you start thinking about it and you start really putting that together with all the other stuff that's going on, the manufactured fake meats that Bill Gates is really pushing hard for, and if you listen to that man talk, I don't know how he's walking around a free man, to be honest. I just said it again. In my personal opinion, that guy has an evil streak running through him that could end up being the demise of the world. Like, it's that bad. This is all negativity, negative stuff. I mean, weather modification. Go ahead and say that the government has nothing to do with it. Go ahead. If that's what you want to believe. I don't believe that. Especially when you look at the environment itself. Like I said, I mean, it's inhospitable for grasshoppers to live here. It's inhospitable for butterflies to be living here. That's bad. That says something. That's saying a lot, actually. I saw a video the other day. I hope it wasn't true. But the guy was standing there filming, and it came up on the screen in text that that video was of the last 2 remaining white rhinos on the planet. I don't know if that's true or not. I assume it probably is, but I mean, maybe not. Tropical storm coming in down South Carolina. Is that what you were saying? Good thing they got rid of FEMA. That's not funny. Building the whole complex down there. FEMA's doing that? I mean, I heard it was like trailers. Like, I assume like FEMA trailers or like job trailers. I don't know what they're doing down there. I ain't looked at it. Paid like no attention to it. Do I think that we should have a extremely intimidating place where we put evil people that we're not going to take care of with capital punishment? I think that's a good thing. I do. But I'm not like, I like the idea of reopening Alcatraz itself. You know, it's virtually impossible to escape from. I like the idea of just having that up and running. I think it was a good thing. And I think you need to make examples of these really bad people, and let it be known that if you do these horrendous and horrible crimes, that's going to be your fate. That's where you're going to end up. Yeah, good luck escaping Alcatraz or down there. Down there, I guess it's surrounded by alligator-infested swampland. So that's what I've heard. Is it? See, I thought they were trying to reopen it. I thought they were actually trying to reopen it, Tim. Yeah, that's also not a bad idea. Prison in the Arctic, which is kind of like what Russia does. Russia's got that prison in Siberia. And those guys, like, they're not trying to escape there. I mean, even if Alcatraz's infrastructure is toast, okay, let's spend the money and redo it. We've spent money on stuff way worse. Way worse. And I'm not all about building new prisons and everything everywhere, but let's use what's there, clean it up, redo what needs redone. I'm sure electrical, water, all that's going to have to be redone. Stick a power plant over there. Probably going to have one of those for Alcatraz. likely a small coal burner or something. I don't know. With solar, you might be able to run that whole place off of solar. I don't know. Or a couple windmills and solar. I've never watched Squid Games. Never watched it. But made so if you busted out the weather and exposure, yeah. See, yeah, that's kind of the idea of putting one up, which they won't let us travel to Antarctica. So I don't really. I do understand they're hiding something. They're hiding something from us up there, for sure. They won't let you fly over it. They won't let you go up there. And if you do go up there, like they keep a super tight leash on everything up there, they're hiding something major up there. And for the entire world to come together and agree on that treaty that they signed, what was it, in the 60s? When did they sign that treaty? Excuse me. I can't remember. 70s maybe? I don't know. But how you going to get the whole world to agree, all the countries to agree on something like that? Like, they're hiding something. I'd love to find out in my lifetime what is going on up there. There's theories. There are things out there. That's just like the Grand Canyon. Like, what are they hiding there? We're all pretty sure that they're hiding some sort of ancient relics and lots of our what would have been ancient American history. So we'll probably never likely find out the truth. I think the Smithsonian may have had good intentions when it was created, or it might have had complete ulterior motives from the day that it was created. I do not know. But a lot of American secrets have ended up hidden by the Smithsonian. And you can call that a conspiracy theory all you want. All you got to do is like really do the research, go back, look at old newspaper articles when they were honest about things that they found. It's like the stuff in the Grand Canyon too. Like, they reported on that. Not for very long. It might have only been one report, and they shut that down when they tried to go back in, and then I think the guy even disappeared, or they disappeared him, whatever, after that. What, in Kentucky? You got a great uncle that worked at wow, why can I not think of Fort Knox? Fort Knox. There's another conspiracy theory. Is it empty? Could be. Very well could be. I doubt that it is. But then again, I would not put anything at all past the government and past governments and past, well, it's hard to tell what has gone on. I mean, if you look at what happened on September 11th, 01, and you had multiple countries that had tons of gold in those buildings. And back in the day, early YouTube days, whenever I first started looking into the evidence that was out there, the video accounts, people's testimonials of that day, there were people talking about coming up on a box truck in the underground parking lot that was blocking the road and was abandoned, and had the back door, the sliding up door was up, and the driver's side door was open. I remember them saying that in this, like, telling their story. The driver's side door was standing wide open and the back was open, and there was a pallet of gold in the back of that truck, in the middle of the back of that truck. I don't know how heavy a pallet of gold is, but I assume it's quite heavy. And the truck got abandoned. I don't know if that was after the first building fell. I don't know what it was. But I remember that story it's always stuck in my mind. There were a couple people that came up on it that were talking about it. Try to find that story now. Good luck. I haven't seen it in years. Years and years. Probably pre 2016. 2016, 2017, Google started wiping YouTube and Google a lot of what I would call relevant topics like that. They'll call it conspiracy theories, they'll call it this, that, and the other, whatever. They can call it what they want. You know, obviously not everyone's account on something is going to be perfectly accurate. You know, you're going to misremember things, you're going to see things and tell them a different way than what you actually seen them. That happens all the time. It's human error. But at the same time, like, if you walk up on a truck that has a pallet of gold in the back of it, kind of hard to mess that up. Like, well, it could have been something else. Really? Could have, like, what else would have looked like that? Nothing. Going to call it. Have a good night. See you later, Storm Tracker. Appreciate you stopping in, man. Or hanging out the entire stream, actually. What's up, buddy? Hang on, I'll pick you up in a second. Old Garfield. He's my old man cat. I'll bet you he's up there in age. That's all I know. I don't know how old he is. He's the cat that showed up right before well, not right before, but I got my hands on him the night before I left the first time to start filming the TV show. And he had a collar on that had eaten into his, it was like, it became part of it. It was like grown into his neck, skin. It was in him. He's still got a scar all the way around his neck where that collar had just became part of him. And that night before I left, I was the first time he let me like get a hold of him, and I grabbed him up by the scruff of the neck because it was infected. And I took a pair of scissors and got him wiggled in underneath there, and I cut it, and I peeled it out of his neck, and then I had to leave. And I had to have Amber keep an eye on him. I put a bunch of medicine on it, triple antibiotic ointment all the way around it, which might not be the best thing for something like that, but it seemed like I was doing right by him. What are you doing, buddy? Huh? What are you doing, big fella? He weighs between, I would say, 15 and 20 pounds. He's a huge cat. He might be diabetic. I probably should have him checked to see if he's diabetic. He seems to drink a little more water than other cats, and he's got a big old gut on him. Carries his weight in his belly. Come here, buddy. Come here. We'll show you it, everybody. Here. Come on. Here. Say hello. His ears are all messed up where he had ear issues. When he showed up here, he had ear mites real bad. See that line around his neck? He's still got this weird mean streak in him. Like, he'll smack my leg, draw blood when I walk past him. Won't you? You can be a peckerhead sometimes, huh? Can't you? Huh? He's got pretty crazy looking eyes. Don't be getting too froggy. What are you sticking your tongue out like that for? Huh? Oh, does that feel good? Huh? Big fella. He's a big old cat. Ain't you, Garfield? Ain't you? You're getting cat hair all over me. I know you are. What do you think about it, bud? See that line right there on his neck? He still gets sores on his neck. Why can't you open your... What are you doing? Open your eyes, dude. Hey, don't bite me. See? What are you doing? You been fighting with somebody? What are you, that tired? You're acting like you're dead tired, dude. Oh, you got stuff all in your ear, buddy. You need medicine in your ear. Please don't bite me. Here, I'm going to put you down over here, bud. There you go. And look at his ear. Ear looks good. It's the other one. He's getting medicine in his ears right after this. Okay. Good enough. Yep, he's digging his ear right now. Anyways, I need to check on Investory as well. Alright, guys. I wanted to keep this one short. I am at 10% battery. It just gave me the notification a few minutes ago, actually. I had to click out of it, so probably 5-10 minutes ago. So, it's not going to die on me, I doubt. I probably got 5% or something left. But, yeah, great meal tonight. Wasn't expecting it to be that good, because I've had bad luck with almost all of them. It did have not the greatest texture to start with. So, ended up being pretty good. And big hit here. Love this new product. They ain't done very many good things in the newer MREs, but I like this one. And because I'm saying this, how much you want to bet this don't hang around very long? They have a tendency to get rid of the things that are pretty decent like this. I mean, corned beef hash didn't make it very long. And that menu's freaking amazing. What else didn't hang around very long? There's been quite a few things come and go that were really good, or they just like hardly ever use them. I'd like to see the oatmeal cookie chocolate covered make a comeback. I'd like to see the cran raspberry first strike bar in a whole lot more menus. It makes it into like one menu out of 2 cases, 1 out of 24 menus. I'd like to see it in at least 2 or 3 menus. What else would I like to see? I'd like to see the chocolate peanut spread in at least 3 or 4 menus. I think nobody would complain about having that as a dessert spread. The stuff is amazing. My God, this is so good. And you can't buy anything that compares to it. There's nothing that I have ran across. I've tried all the chocolate peanut butters. Nothing tastes like the chocolate peanut spread that comes out of an MRE. I don't know why it can't be duplicated, but you know what? If I could duplicate the chocolate peanut spread, that's a business idea. Huh. Because, like, I've had the Jif chocolate peanut butter. I've tried all the different, like, chocolate peanut butter spreads that I've found. I mean, I haven't found a whole bunch of them, but I've come across probably, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 in the past 5 years or so. Once I keep an eye out for stuff like that. And then I see stuff that I'm like, yeah, that you can just tell that ain't gonna be nothing at all like the chocolate peanut spread. And you got your hazelnut spreads, it's nothing like it. But I'd love to see that in more menus. What else would I like? I'd like to see strawberry jam in a lot more menus. What do you get it in? 1 out of 24 maybe? It's ridiculous. Because the strawberry jam's really good. Really good. Compared to the blackberry, which is, it's alright. The grape is perfect for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. But we need to start putting buns. We need to start putting buns in our MREs. just like the Canadians have in theirs. And then I would be a happy camper with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on a bun. And that's all you need is one pack of peanut butter, one pack of grape jelly, and it's like the perfect portions for a sandwich. Really turns out pretty good. I mean, obviously I've had them, made them on my own. What else would I like to see more of? Obviously, they need to fix some of these mains. I think they did get rid of the spinach fettuccine. I think they need to get rid of probably the chicken chunk. Unless they go back to the buffalo chicken. The buffalo chicken back in the day, 2010, 11, and 12, I believe, they had a menu, and I still have one or two of them like stashed away somewhere because find them. Try to find them now. It's hard. You got to find cases from that era, and then you got to hope that it's the case you need, which is A, I think. Or maybe it was B. Anyway, they had this shredded chicken, like just drenched in buffalo sauce. And then you'd make a wrap out of that. Oh, it was so good. I like a good buffalo chicken. It was really good. Really good. I miss that menu. I do. That could replace... And that's a cheap one to make, too. Buffalo sauce is cheap. That shredded chicken would be cheap. Let's do that. Instead of chicken chunk, let's do the buffalo chicken again. And actually do the buffalo chicken. Don't just throw a pack of buffalo sauce in there with the chicken chunk and say, oh, here you go. Garfield, no. You can't. You can't. You can't get up there. I mean, you can, but I don't want you to get up there. Yellow cat, yellow eyes. That's why he got called Garfield, I guess. Well, heck, I didn't know he had yellow eyes before I started calling him Garfield. But all right, guys. I'm going to get off here. I've been rambling long enough, and my phone is going to die now. So, happy 4th yesterday. Hope y'all had a good weekend. Finish up tomorrow. Nope. Get back. Get back. Thank you. But yeah. Thanks to my patrons. Thanks you guys for hanging out tonight. And I'll see y'all on the next live stream.